So thanks everyone for coming. Today we are here with our clients to announce the Institute for Justice's participation in not one but two lawsuits which have been filed and which threaten the future of Nevada's revolutionary new Education Savings Account, or ESA, program. The Institute for Justice is the national law firm for liberty. Today marks the 24th and 25th time that the Institute for Justice has filed a motion to intervene on behalf of parents who sadly are the ones with the most to lose from misguided legal attacks, such as the two that we've seen filed in Nevada against the ESA program. The first of these attacks was filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, which has forgotten that one of the most basic civil liberties in this country is the right to have a say in how your child is educated, no matter your zip code. The other one was filed in Carson City last week by a group called Educate Nevada Now, which doesn't understand that for many Nevada parents, the best way to educate their children now is going to be the ESA program. I'm going to turn the microphone over now to my colleague Tim Keller, who worked extensively with the legislature this past spring to make sure that the ESA bill would be constitutional. And then you're going to hear from our clients who are going to give their thoughts about what the ESA program is going to mean for them and for their families. Tim?
Nevada's Education Savings Account program is the nation's most expansive and innovative school choice program. The program works very simply. The parent agrees to take the primary responsibility for educating their own child and not to enroll their child full-time in either a public or a charter school. In exchange for that agreement, the state deposits about $5,000 into a savings account that is controlled by parents. Parents can use the money in that account on a wide range of educational goods and services, including private tutoring, home education, and private school tuition. And it's that last option that parents have under the Nevada Education Savings Account program that the ACLU is challenging. The ACLU says that by giving parents the opportunity to enroll their child in the school of their choice, it violates a provision of the Nevada Constitution that says public funds shall not be spent for sectarian purposes. Under the program, parents can choose as one of their options religious schools. But not $1 of Nevada's Education Savings Account program is preordained for any particular destination. And when a parent decides to enroll their child in a private school, they're using the funds not to further a sectarian purpose, but rather to purchase an education for their child. The second lawsuit was filed by a group called Educate Nevada Now, and they allege that Nevada's Education Savings Account program undermines Nevada's obligation to establish and fund a uniform system of public schools. However, Nevada's Education Savings Account program recognizes a fundamental truth, that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to educating students. The Nevada Education Savings Account program allows parents to customize an education for their children. And that's exactly what each one of these parents that we're standing with today illustrate. The principle that there is no one correct way to educate a child. In fact, each one of these families has multiple children. Some of their children will remain in their current educational setting, either a public school or a charter school. Some of their children will be educated at home with private tutors or online education, and some of the families will choose to use the funds at a private or religious school. But at the end of the day, it's the parent who is making the decision. It's not the government. The parents decide what is the best educational setting for their students. So let me turn it over to first. Oh, yes, absolutely.
As I see it today, ACLU is violation of church and state using public money and the parents, whether they choose or whatever, public tax dollars to be used for private religious schools. Why is that not unconstitutional? Specifically, why is the ACLU wrong?
The Nevada Education Savings Account program has all the hallmarks of a constitutional educational choice program for two reasons. Number one, the state remains completely religiously neutral with regard to education. The government doesn't decide where any of this money will be spent. And number two, the parents make a genuine and independent choice as to where they want to educate their students.
So you believe because it's the parents' choice, then there's no intermingling of state and church?
There is absolutely no violation of the principle of the separation of church and state here, because it is the parents who make the decision. The parental choice breaks the circuit between government and religion.
And so the first lawsuit was filed by the ACLU. When was that filed? Earlier this month?
It was filed in late August.
And the second by Educate Nevada now was filed just last
A week ago yesterday.
And so today you're kind of you're intervening in this, but it's not the first time. You've filed many motions to intervene. So what is this next in court? What is the next step?
Well, the next step will be, number one, for the judge to rule on our request to participate in the case in order to defend the ESA program. And we're waiting for the state to file its response to both lawsuits, after which we'll enter a period of discovery where both sides will have an opportunity to develop the fact record, and then we'll ask for a ruling from the court.
So you want to join and try to defend it? Are they going to let you? I mean, why would they stop you? Like, how likely is it going to be? Like, who is defending it right now? I assume the state is, because they're the ones who passed it.
Correct. The
So
state.
you want to join why do you want to join as well?
There is one voice missing from the litigation currently, and that is the voice of the parents and children who are the true beneficiaries of this program. And in fact, in every major school choice case to date, over the past 25 years, the Institute for Justice has represented parents and children in those cases in order to defend the program on their behalf.
How is this program different than other programs? I mean, you said it's more innovative. Is it the most aggressive in the country? Talk to me about that.
So Nevada has adopted an education savings account program, which is different than other school choice programs. Under this program, a grant is deposited into an account that is controlled by parents, and they can use it for a wide array of educational goods and services.
Is that anywhere else in the country like that?
There are 4 other programs similar to Nevada's. The first was adopted in Arizona and was originally available only for children with special needs, and is now available for children who are in failing schools as well. There's a program in Mississippi and a program in Tennessee also limited to children with special needs. But Nevada is unique because it is a nearly universal program. Any child who has been enrolled in the public school system for at least 100 days is eligible to participate in Nevada's education savings account program.
So is this already underway? Or when did it get enacted? Are parents getting that $5,000? Is it $5,000 a year?
The governor signed the program into law earlier this summer, and the state treasurer is the individual who is charged with implementing the program. He is already starting to accept applications, and the program is set to go online in January of 2016.
Going back to what you said about this is a really unique program, it's universal, isn't that what the second lawsuit is also challenging, that it's not based on need? Because basically, I mean, you can't just be like a really rich person, put your kid in public school for 100 days. I guess this is what they're alleging. And then it doesn't make sense because this is $5,000. But, I mean, should it be based on need? Did you have done a change to that aspect?
The second lawsuit alleges that the exclusive means of funding education must be the public school system. The parents believe that the state constitution does not constrain the legislature from giving them additional options above and beyond those available in the public school system. And this program serves all the interests of justice and fairness by including nearly every single family in the state of Nevada, just like the public school system is open to every single student in Nevada.
Sorry, just give me a second to see if I have anything else to ask. I guess we could come to me off. That was great. Thank you so much.
Yep. I'm going to introduce Amy Hare to speak next.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Amy Hare, and I'm the mother of 5 adopted children, ages 5 through 15. I want to start off by thanking the Nevada legislature for bringing this ESA to our great state. 3 of my children have IEPs, 2 of which have learning disabilities and are failing in their grade level. I have a child in 3rd grade who is reading at a kindergarten level. The emotional toll on him right now is heartbreaking. The charter school we placed them in for years could no longer accommodate the level that they needed. For the past year, we have been paying a private tutoring center for 3 of our children and have seen huge improvements. My oldest son was severely bullied and assaulted in a Clark County School District public school while he was in middle school. This went on for months. He received no help, and he lost complete trust, as well as me and his father, in our public school system. These are just a few of the reasons why I choose to use the Nevada ESA. I plan to pull 4 of my children out of public school and put them in a private school setting. I plan to homeschool 1 child with the assistance of tutors. One of my kids I will keep at his public Montessori charter school because he is thriving. The financial commitment to do this was near impossible until we read about the ESA. Where I was once worried about saving money for my children's college tuition, I am now only concerned with getting my children through one of the worst school districts in the United States. We have real problems. If our ESA program is halted, our children will be the ones that are suffering. Each one of my children have their own specific educational needs that have to be met. And I am the only true person that is accountable to them in making this dream a reality. I'd also like to thank Tim Keller and all of his team at the Institute of Justice. Thank you.
Can I talk with them after they do this?
Of course.
I want to just go up, of course.
Absolutely.
Do this, so go ahead.
If you want to just ask me questions rather than
No,
me saying
you
anything,
can
I'm
just
good
go
with
do
that.
this, and then I'm going to come talk with you after.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds
I'll just introduce myself casually then.
You tell us your story, whatever you're going to plan.
Okay. We'll see how we do. My name's Elizabeth Robbins. I'm the mother of 7 children. 4 of my children have already graduated from Clark County School District. 3 of my children are still attending school. I'm one who really took my children's educational success for granted. My children had an easy time in school until 2 of my daughters developed significant health challenges while they were in high school. It was extremely discouraging and overwhelming to discover how few opportunities and choices there were to help educate them while they were severely sick. One daughter, for example, spent a significant portion of her senior year in high school at a Ronald McDonald House in Washington, D.C., where she was receiving neurosurgeries, and her school was unable to provide any type of tutoring to assist her, even though her vision had deteriorated to the point that she would only see double when she would read. She was still expected to do her schoolwork on her own. The current homebound program doesn't have any accommodations for students taking AP courses. You have to switch to their curriculum. So for a student who chooses and or needs to do homebound, it's not possible to switch back to your regular course of study if your health does improve, because you're then too far behind in your classes. I cannot begin to express how grateful I am that I'll have choices for my younger children. 2 of my younger children have the same degenerative condition as their older sisters, and it is a huge comfort to our family to know that we're going to have choices available for their education that weren't available for their sisters. I think it's time for us to realize that although there are great things coming out of public schools, there are great people working in public schools, but one system isn't enough to meet the needs of all of the students. And to give parents opportunities and choices so that we can help give our children what's best for them is truly one of the fundamental rights of parents. Thank you.
I'll talk with you after, yeah.
Hi, my name is Laura Allen, and I have 4 children who have all been through the Clark County School District, and I have 2 sons that are what's termed twice exceptional, or 2E, which means that they are highly gifted on one hand, and then on the other hand, they have a learning disability, which makes it very difficult for educators to know what to do with them, because they're like, well, they're really smart, why can't they produce anything? And it's pretty painful to watch them even try to produce a single paragraph when they can spout, fact after fact after fact, from their fountains of knowledge and their creativity and things like that, and they just struggle so much to produce. And so, for example, one of my sons has a highly gifted educational plan to promote his intellectual, so that he can be more successful there and be challenged. And then on the other hand, he also has a 504 plan for his learning disability to help him to be able to learn how to write better and stay on task. And then my other son, he took a test in 8th grade. It's called ACT Explore test, where he scored 100th percentile in his school and 99th percentile in the nation on this test. He went on to a magnet school in computers, and despite his 504 plan and other interventions and lots of help and 7 hours of homework every night, he still failed out of that school, was not allowed to return because of his bad grades. And so I'm just really excited about the option of educational savings plans because we have more choices. I'm hoping that it will bring more specialized schools to Nevada, like autistic schools, schools for nonverbal kids, gifted kids, and lots of other special needs. Every child is different and learns differently and has different needs, and it's tough for some of these children that feel like they are square pegs and are trying to fit into a round hole. And so I'm so grateful for these ESAs that will provide these choices for us as parents so that we can find the best schools and the best education for our children. Thank you.
I think